Hello, everyone. Are you wondering if a few stocks can really change your life? Well, stay tuned because we're about to reveal the power of strategic investing and how it can change your financial future today. We will be guided by the wisdom and insights of Tony, a seasoned investor with a knack for finding hidden gems in the stock market. We'll also be sharing this view on how just 10 carefully chosen stocks have the potential to change your life and secure your financial freedom. Don't miss this, so click that like button. Also, please subscribe to Tesla Stock News, and let's get this movie going. The energy industry is changing in big ways. Tony Seba's groundbreaking study has shown us a clear way forward that could change how we make, store, and use energy. The days of coal being the main source of energy are over. It has now fallen to historic lows. Natural gas used to be seen as the way to a better future, but now a more environmentally friendly and financially sound solar power that competes in advanced battery storage, it's safe to say that Seba's revelation will change the game. The prices of solar energy are now lower than those of natural gas. This revelation shows how Bob Dylan's famous words are true, marking a monumental shift in the energy world. The times things are changing, and Tesla is right in the middle of this moment of change, making him the perfect person to make money off of it. It is important to realize that traditional energy analysts have often underestimated the power of data and market trends. This underestimation has led to the overvaluation of conventional energy assets. Over the past 10 years, an amazing half of the U.S. energy fleet has been retired and replaced, showing how quickly things change. According to Seba's report, these energy sources, which include wind and solar, not only offer cost-effective alternatives, but also perform better than their predecessors in terms of efficiency and environmental impact. Aligning supply with demand is what makes this different from traditional energy generation. For example, if you own a power plant that can produce 100 megawatts of energy, but only 50 megawatts of energy is needed, your fixed costs will stay pretty much the same. This is where solar power, combined with having just 4 hours of storage, shows that it is not only a sustainable but also a cost-effective option to traditional energy production. According to Seba's research, there will be a time when clean energy is not only sustainable but also affordable. However, it's important to remember that most of the costs in the energy business are fixed, like buying land, mining, and building things. Whether you're making 100 megawatts or just 50 or 60, the total cost of building and running the power plant stays pretty much the same. This brings up an important point about the energy shift. Now, let's look into the idea of the levelized cost of energy in more detail. A very important number in the energy business is LCOE, which is found by dividing the total cost of building and running the plant by the energy sold, not the energy created. Seba, along with experts like Adam Dorr and the think tank RethinkX, has pointed out a big mistake in this estimate. The main problem is that analysts keep assuming that traditional power sources will be in demand at a rate of 85% when the actual rate is much lower and continuing to go down. This difference between what analysts think will happen and what actually happens has huge effects because energy sources like solar and wind, along with batteries, continue to perform better than traditional methods. There is less demand for the latter. This decrease in demand drives up the LCOE by a large amount because it raises the cost to build and run the plant. It's also important to remember that energy transfer losses happen. To show the benefits of localized energy production, let's look at wind and solar power side by side. Even though wind turbines need room, they can be placed in a number of places, such as on farms close to where the energy is needed. Solar energy is an even more striking example. Thanks to progress in technology, anyone can choose to put solar panels on their roofs. This is the same thing as buying solar panels for your own roof. It is becoming more and more cost-effective to buy electricity from the grid. When you make this choice, energy is produced locally on your roof and can be used in your home or to charge your electric car. If we look at things from a slightly bigger angle, think about how a utility company like Georgia Power would go about building a new solar power plant. A few acres of land can be found and quickly turned into a power plant as fast as the solar panels can be made and put up. This decentralizes the grid, which is good. The more localized energy production there is, the more resilient the grid is. This decentralization is key to avoiding widespread power outages, like what happened in Texas when the whole state's grid failed. So, what does this mean for fossil fuels and nuclear power? As alternative power sources become more competitive, demand for traditional sources drops, which means less demand for them. However, these higher prices are due to the large fixed costs of traditional power plants, which can't be eliminated no matter how much energy they produce. This creates a self-perpetuating cycle that gets harder to break out of. Also, fossil fuels and nuclear power have ongoing, often rising costs for extraction and production. It takes a lot of energy to mine these resources, and it gets harder as supplies run out in STK. Compare solar and wind power technologies are changing quickly and getting cheaper. Battery storage, which is used to store and spread intermittent energy, is also following this trend. This is in line with Wright's law, which says that when production doubles, costs go down, which encourages innovation. This change in the energy situation has big effects on the traditional internal combustion engine over time. Oil and gas are going to get more expensive for vehicles. In fact, these are the very things that make these businesses work. May have problems with their existence. Traditional energy sources have limited supplies, and as reserves run out, the costs of extraction and production are likely to go through the roof. Now, let's turn our attention to Tesla, a company that is carefully placed on the right side of this energy revolution. Solar power and batteries are the two main parts of Tesla's energy strategy. Batteries, and more batteries. These technologies are improving at a very fast rate, and their prices are falling. Solar power and batteries are on track to beat even natural gas, which until recently was the cheapest fossil fuel for energy production. As we already said, Rethink X says that solar power and batteries will beat natural gas. The fact that 4 hours of battery storage is already cheaper than natural gas is truly amazing. This proves that renewable energy, especially solar energy combined with advanced batteries, can be economically viable. When it comes to energy products and software, Tesla is at the cutting edge. Energy arbitrage is an idea that Tesla is using to help both energy companies and consumers make money while they sleep. This means buying energy when it's cheap and selling it back to the grid when demand and prices rise. In addition, Tesla is working to turn homes into many power plants that use clean energy. Unlike standard cars with internal combustion engines, which can only use certain fuels, Tesla's electric cars are made to be very flexible. Electric cars can get electricity from a number of different sources, such as coal, natural gas, and other fuels. Even though nuclear, hydro, or solar power can be used, this is where the real magic happens. Electric cars are flexible and ahead of their time. Imagine a world where cutting-edge energy sources like nuclear fusion are commonplace. This may sound like something out of science fiction, but it's possible. If fusion power comes to life, this area of study and development has come a long way in the past few years. EES can easily switch to using this cutting-edge technology, which means they will stay at the forefront of energy innovation. Tesla's vision is much bigger than just making electric cars. Tesla wants to live in a world where energy options are more flexible. Decentralization, localized energy production and usage, and buying and selling energy through battery storage are all things that can be done while driving an electric car. This vision fits nicely with Tesla's main goal. It turns the company into an energy solutions provider instead of just an automaker. Tesla doesn't just want to be the leader in electric cars. It also wants to change the way the world makes and uses energy. By doing this, Tesla is actively contributing to a more sustainable and eco-friendly future. As a result, Tesla's market valuation has approached $600 billion, solidifying its position as a heavyweight in the stock market. What makes Tesla's stock especially interesting is how it has defied conventional wisdom and traditional valuation metrics. Some experts and investors don't understand how much